Hello and welcome. My name is Arity Green and this is Wise Woman Television, and today I have a pick a card reading for you on what's next in love, and this is for my singles, and we will do a couples reading probably a day or two after this one, so I will not be leaving you partnered individuals out, but for right now it's what's next in love for you singles. So I want to let you know I do offer both personal readings as well as coaching programs to support you in your life, in your work, and on your spiritual path. I have an amazing program enrolling right now. This is a timeless reading, but if you find yourself here in January 2021 when this is being filmed, I have a program called Spirit Woman. It's a year-long coaching community to support or nurture your true nature and your highest potential. You can check out those details below at aritygreen.com/spiritwoman. And as always, if you find that you enjoy this reading or that it lands for you, I encourage you to like, to share, to subscribe, to support this channel as I support you, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. So for now, we will go ahead and place a picture up of your 3 card piles to choose from today. And we will begin. So card pile 1. So it looks like you're being asked to trust about something, but to take a leap. So this could be a couple of different things. Because you're single, I am assuming that you're not partnered. So this could have to do with a relationship, a potential relationship, a person of interest, a love connection. You're being asked to trust, to take the leap, to say yes, to try, to do it, to go on the date, to answer the call, to answer the text, whatever. But you're being asked to leap in some way. Now, I do feel like for some of you, I know this is a what's next in love reading, and so it could be related to love either now or later, but some of you are getting a promotion or a career opportunity or something and being asked to move or to make a change in your career, and then the answer would be yes. Now, it's not showing me whether or not love has to do with that down the road, perhaps, or if it means that you might be dating someone currently. I know you're considering yourself single, but if you're not committed, you might consider yourself single, and then you have this job opportunity and you don't know whether or not to leave and walk away, but it is saying to trust and take the leap. So whichever way that lands for you, you'll want to connect it with, of course, your circumstances and your conditions, but you are being asked to trust and to take that leap. So that sounds really positive. I do have a little hole in my shirt, but I love this shirt so much. There's holes everywhere, and I won't give it up. I won't. It's like the only 80s shirt that I have, and I just like refuse to give it up, and I still wear it, and I wear it around town, and I don't know what other people think, but I like it. So I might even just have to fix it so I can keep wearing it. So you may notice that, but this is just my favorite shirt. Okay, so let's see what's coming up here. Right. So I feel like, and again, if you're here, that means that you're single or you consider yourself single, and maybe you're recently single and you're nervous to move away from someone or to take a leap or to say yes. Again, it could be to a new person, a new date, a new interest, a new love connection, but I'm also feeling like for some of you, you've been in a situation, and again, I'm getting career for this as well as love, but you've been in a situation that has been a little bit heavier, hasn't been as light and fun and fancy-free or carefree as perhaps you would like. And it doesn't mean everything needs to be rainbows and unicorns, obviously, but it just feels like there's been something that's been burdening you. So for some, I am feeling like you are in a connection, even though you consider yourself single and you're here on this reading. And this might be the opportunity to let that go, to be able to see it for what it is, to be radically honest with yourself and make the choice to move on. Again, it feels like there is an opportunity either now or around the corner. Most of you, it feels now. The energy is there, so you know about this person that I'm talking about, this person of interest, this love connection, this new date, this new text, maybe you met someone on an app, but I also feels career related for some of you, and you're nervous to take this leap because it means you would have to leave your current partner or whoever it is that you might be seeing casually, dating, talking, hanging out, Netflix and chill situation. You're like, oh, I don't know, should I move forward or not and stick around for this situation? But it's feeling like whatever the situation you're in now hasn't met your needs. When you're honest, you're like, okay, it's kind of nice, like just like a career, right? It pays the bills, but it's not my heart and soul, right? So it might be Netflix and chill, and that's cool, but it's not everything that I need or want. And I do believe it's causing you stress in some way, because take a look at this card, and you're being asked to free yourself. So take a look at this card. You see how he's just heavily burdened? and then you're being asked to clear that. So for some of you, that's a relationship. I do feel like that could be a career for some of you, even though this is a what's next in love reading. I couldn't tell you. I'm just going based on what the energy says. However, apply it to your circumstances the way that you see fit. Yeah, you guys, there's something better around the corner. There is something better around the corner. Take a look at this card. A bigger dream, the bigger vision. You're being called toward the bigger dream. So with this opportunity, with this thing that's coming up, this person, this thing, this career, this promotion, whatever it is where you're being asked to make a change and you're not sure and you don't know if you should, that kind of thing, and you're being asked to trust, to take the leap, and to let this old situation go. It hasn't met your needs. It's even been burdensome for some of you. It's time to clear the air, to clean out that energy, to kind of like air out the dirty laundry, but not in this traditional sense of that phrase, but more of just like air it all out, be done with it, you know? Because what wants to come through is this beautiful new vision for you, this new life, this new opportunity, this new chapter. This is what's in alignment for you. This next thing is what's in alignment. Now, for some of you, I am feeling like if it's a career thing, it's definitely a go. And then obviously if it's another kind of opportunity with a person or a love interest, it's obviously a go. But what I am feeling for some of you is this person might not even be the end all be all, the one, but they bring about a series of events or circumstances or whatever that eventually leads you to a brighter place, where you are able to build your vision or do your next thing and bring about what it is that you actually want for yourself. This brings you into greater alignment with what you want. This choice that you're considering right now, this indecision that you've been sitting with, it doesn't feel like you've been sitting in it for long, and or if you have, it doesn't feel like it's been intensely heavy or trying for you. You just really don't know what the quote unquote right answer is for you. You're being asked to leap, to trust, to let this old situation go, whether it's career or person, and step into the light, really. Because you guys, I'm not even kidding you, you can't make this up. Success is your next card. It's so rare. It's so rare. You guys watch my readings. Well, I would assume that most of you do, and if you don't, check out the other readings. This card doesn't always come up, right? It's a rarity, especially when we're looking at the outcome row. It's like, this is the way. How else? The green light. How else do we need to tell you? This is the answer, all right? What wants to come around the corner for you is this. It's right around the corner. There's an opportunity right now, a choice point, and you're being asked to free whatever old energy that is. If it's not meeting your needs, if it ends up being burdensome in some way, if it's really not hitting the spot, then you know what to do. You're being asked to make a move and to move toward what you actually want. Now, the thing is, you might not know that this is what brings you to the next level, the next chapter, the higher vision, but that's why you're here in the reading, and that's what I'm telling you. So there's another card here as well. So yeah, be the hunter, not the hunted. So the message that I'm getting here is, you know how a lot of times in life we have things fall into our laps? And I don't mean like the divine miracles kind, where we have this amazing synchronicity, something shows up, like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what we wanted, like what are the odds? I mean the kind of situation where we're just kind of settling for less, settling for what's easy, settling for, oh, that, you know, dude next door that I've seen for however long, or, you know, Sally, the girl from work that I really don't love, but at least we get to hang out and whatever. It's like those kinds of love connections. I'm keeping it at love only because this is our reading, but again, this could relate to career because that's what was coming up for many of you, and it could be a cross between both of those, right? You're having to leave a connection in order to pursue a career or move away or whatever. But it's saying like just being more intentional, you know, choosing wisely, choosing based on what you truly want, choosing based on what actually meets your needs, choosing based on your new vision or your higher vision, choosing based on what's healthy and what feels good. If it is burdensome and it's just stressful and it's just adding weight to your life but not really giving a whole lot, or maybe it's giving some but it's not enough and it's just not what you want, it's like, why bother? You know, really, it's more about right quality than quantity. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, there's a high quantity of lovers. I mean, there might be, right? And if there is, then you're being asked to let that go for the quality, right? But it's just saying, you know, being more intentional with your choices, with your love life and with your career or whatever it is, such that you're truly honoring what you actually want. You're honoring that bigger dream. You're honoring what it is, yeah, you actually want, as opposed to just being like, all right, this dude's good for Netflix and chill, all right. You know, and I say dude sometimes, or guy automatically because I'm a heterosexual woman. So that's just the way I identify and perceive the world. Please apply this to your circumstances, all right? I'm not gender, my readings are gender specific. What I say isn't gender specific. You gotta apply it to you, all right? So a card pile 1, what's next in love? There's an opportunity coming around the bend. For many of you, it's already right here, and it could be career related that's affecting a love connection or a love interest, but it could also be a new person of interest, a new potential romance, and you're deciding whether or not you make the move or the choice point here, and it's like you have this opportunity and you're being guided to take this leap to move toward that, because whatever it is leads you to where you want to go. So that's your reading card pile 1. I thank you for watching. If this lands and resonates, I encourage you to share your story in the comments below. Please do like and subscribe and press the bell icon so you receive a notification every single time a video pops up. And please do take note of Spirit Woman or any of my other readings and coaching programs if you're called. eritygreen.com/spiritwoman. Thank you. All right, card pile 2. What's next in love? All right, so it feels like for many of you, this might unfold. And kind of share other energies or other potentials. But so far what's coming up is you're being asked to move towards something. Now, I don't know what that is yet. Is this a love connection? Is this career? But you're being asked to make a move. You're wanting to move towards something. You're wanting to move toward, maybe it is the kind of soulmate / twin flame / life partner kind of relationship, and that's what you're seeking. Of course, I'm assuming that you're single because this is a singles reading, but something is calling you. You have an inner nudge, an inner voice that's sort of nudging you along toward this thing, okay? And we're going to get into what that is. Card pile 1 was similar in some ways. They always end up different, even if they start out similar. But there was a lot of career talk in card pile 1, which I found so interesting. Because this is a love reading. But I also recognize a lot of singles are focused on their career and work because they may not have the love of their life, the romance going on, or the family. And some of you might. I'm a single woman and I have a child, so it happens. But I'm just saying that there's a lot of ways this can look, so just apply it to the circumstances as you see fit. Okay, again, I'm getting some career vibes. I'm getting some, whether it's career or just vision, purpose path, purpose work, soul path, something like that. I am getting similar to card pile 1. So card pile 1 landed for you too. You might check that out. I could be saying that prematurely, but we'll see what else is coming here. But whatever you're moving toward, you singles, what's next in love is where you want to go. All right. I mean, we even have this card. Take a look. All right. So she's moving forward. Now, for some of you, though, what I'm also getting is, we say singles, but a lot of people consider themselves single if they're not in a committed monogamous relationship or a long-term commitment that has a ring, So some of you are actually considering moving forward into a long-term marriage, into a partnership, into a commitment of some kind. And you're really deciding, like, is this right for me? Do I commit? Do I say yes? Do I say no? But I do feel like some of you singles aren't as focused on love right now. You're maybe gently curious, and that's why you're here and listening, because you're like, it's on the fringe of your awareness, but it's not like your primary focus, and your purpose path is, and your work is, or your career is. And so I think this is going to fit both of those situations, and we'll continue to see what else comes up. But wherever you're being guided to move toward, if it's into this committed relationship or into this greater commitment, or if it's toward more of your purpose path, you're being asked to bring it into form, all right? To do the thing. All right, so this is encouragement. This is a nudge from the universe. This is a yes. This is a green light. This is saying, hey, this is related to your legacy. And that's why I say commitment or partnership or long-term relationship or whatever, because this has to do with legacy, number 1, soul's path, but also children. You see that? Children, family. This might be what leads you to those steps in life where you will find yourself in partnership, and then with babies and a family, and so on and so forth. Now, I feel like for some of you, you might be questioning your decision, and you're saying, like, is this the right person? Is this the right thing? And so I feel like there is some perhaps indecision or questioning and not being 100% clear. I might pull even a clarifier card and see what else is coming up. Can we get a clarifier card for card pile 2? Yeah. So what makes me say that is this right here. This card is saying to me, I mean, it doesn't always say this, but right now the energy is saying, is this the right person, right? The one. See how that person stands out? Person. It's I don't know what kind of animal that is, but it's like, is this the right thing? The one thing, the partner, the purpose path? Is this the vision, the career, whatever you're kind of making moves toward? It's based on what's calling you, though, card pile 2, because singles, you're here listening about love, so it's for many of you, it's going to be about that. But for some of you, you're also focused on career, so that's coming up too. And I think it's important to allow what comes up to come up. But it's promising you. This is your legacy. This is your abundance. I do feel like for some of you, this is a commitment with somebody. Do we take it to the next step? Do we take it to the next level? Am I going to say yes? Is this the person? Is this the one? These are beautiful cards here. We're talking legacy of light, a meant to be situation, fated destiny. We're talking abundance, success, building something with someone, creating something with someone. And again, if you aren't even interested in someone and someone's not in your life, and this is about your next steps toward what you're creating in your life, and you might be being asked to focus on that right now. That's actually what you need to be focusing on, as opposed to, where's the love of my life? You know, hey, no, this is the darn thing. It's your legacy. You know, give more attention to that. And then the other stuff, of course, is always realized or manifested later on the path. Okay? Yeah, you guys, this has to do with again, fate, destiny, your calling, what is meant to come. This is like the completion. So the thing that you've wanted, the thing that you've needed, the thing that you've kind of yearned for or felt like was missing, this is the missing puzzle piece. So card pile 2, you will have to let me know in the comments. Is this career related for some of you or many of you? I feel like it's many. Is this love, romance related for some of you? And this is the final piece. It's what you've been waiting for. So you kind of have all these other pieces in your life of career and fulfillment and personal growth and whatever it is you might need. And this would be that final piece for you, that long-term connection or partnership or companionship that also can bring about that family if that's what you desire. And again, we're getting visions of life after death, and what this tells me is this is something that was long since planned for, long since seen. This is really connecting with your inner dreams and desires. It's also connecting with your soul's plan. So whatever it is that you're moving toward right now in your life, where your inner voice is guiding you, this is the right thing. And again, for some of you, it is career, and the reason I feel that way, or purpose path related, look at all this blue. Okay, we got a lot of blue here. And that's right, creative expression, purpose, using your voice, sharing your voice, so on and so forth. So for some of you, that's going to be the case, and I am very curious. Oh my gosh, more blue! You guys, you really can't make this up. For a lot of you, this is throat chakra related. This is purpose path, creative expression, vision, and it's saying, hey, I know you came here for love, but I'm just telling you what the deal is. And love might not be the primary thing on your plate right now. And if it is, excellent. The answer is yes. Move toward this person. Move toward this partnership, this commitment. But I think for many of you, it's something else. Maybe a half and half kind of reading here. So your last card is listening for truth and receptivity. So if there's still remaining questions, if there's still remaining curiosity, if you're still kind of discerning what's right for you, and for some of you, I feel like you know generally where to go or what to do when this is coming more around purpose path or whatever, and you're just like, well, how and what are the specifics? First of all, trusting, recognizing that the right things come at the right times, and when we're available and receptive, the clarity comes, the specifics come, but usually it requires us to give our attention to something else for a little while, for the other things to download, whatever it is we seek. Anytime we ask a question, we will receive the answer. It's just a matter of creating space for that answer to come. So if any of you are still sort of kind of in a dilemma or mulling over this or not really sure, you know, of course this reading is saying, hey, we're giving you the green light. There's a lot of support here, but this answer ultimately has to come from you. And especially if it's a long-term commitment or the next stage in a relationship, it's no wonder you're going to take some time to consider it. And that's fair. That's appropriate. So it's saying, listen for truth. You are going to receive the answer. Create the space for that landing to come. And this is the same if it's career or purpose path related. You might be saying, I know generally where to go. I know this is something I'm supposed to create or do or build, or this is how I'm supposed to serve or contribute, but I have no idea where to start. And I don't know where to start. I don't know how to begin. I don't know the specific steps. Again, you're going to be given those steps. You just have to be available and receptive to recognizing the opportunity when it comes, the inspiration when it comes, the insight when it comes. And then you just follow the trail of breadcrumbs. So for you, card pile 2, what's next in love? It sounds like you're moving towards something big. And I say something big, but it actually feels like the beginning of a new journey, right? It feels like you're moving toward it, and then it's like, okay, chapter 1 of this journey, chapter 2. So you're moving towards something big that eventually culminates in, hey, the legacy, whether it's love or career and purpose. But, you know, you're just now kind of moving into it. So it's the beginning of a new chapter, a new journey. And it's saying, this is going to bring some completion to you. It's going to bring abundance. It's going to bring success. and it's going to bring fulfillment. And then any kind of remaining questions or curiosities you still have, just remain receptive and those answers will come to you. So do let me know how this landed for you, card pile 2. I look forward to hearing your comments. I do want to let you know, as always, I offer both personal readings as well as coaching programs. Right now, I'm enrolling with Spirit Woman. I already talked about that in the intro. You can check out those details at aritygreen.com/spiritwoman. Thanks, guys. All right, card pile 3, what's next in love? All right, guys, feels like, so it seems like you're single, right? You're considering yourself single, but here's the energy that I'm actually getting. So you might be considering yourself single because this is for singles. It's been funny because I'm getting kind of like different kinds of energies through each of these cards, even though it's like singles. But again, single people are also people who aren't in committed relationships yet. Might be seeing someone, but it's not serious. This might be also true, functionally single people where they're not seeing anybody. But it's saying you gotta let something go. So something, it's either an old connection, a previous connection, someone you're seeing casually right now, or it's someone that you've actually been in an active, committed, even monogamous relationship with. You're like kind of calling yourself single because maybe you're upset with them or you had a falling out with them, but you're still kind of tethered to them in some way and not really sure if it's like going to continue or if you want it to continue. And Spirit, the very clear guidance here is letting that go. It's causing too much stress or upset. Now, some of you, again, that this is a past connection, you're dealing with heartbreak or a loss, and I'm not even feeling the deeper kind of pangs of grief right now. I'm feeling more of like anger, frustration, annoyance, just like difficulty and challenge with this person. It's just not something that is great energy for the both of you right now. And so I feel like if you're single and you identify as single, this is someone you're not in a committed relationship with in terms of a long-term monogamy or engaged or married or something like that. But you might be seeing someone and it's being asked to be like, let that go. It's not really serving you. It's not serving your highest. It probably isn't the healthiest or best connection for you or serving your highest interest. And I think you know that, and I think it's why you're here. So you'll have to let me know which situation or circumstance you're in, card pile 3, but of course it can take many forms. So I read the energy, you have to apply it to your own circumstances and your own life, but you are being asked to let this go. Again, for some of you, it's old heartbreak, old pain. You're seeking love, but you're still holding on to these old wounds or holding on to those people, or maybe doing a booty call once in a while or whatever. And it's like that new love, that new connection, that new romance, whatever it is you're seeking is not going to come in. And if it does, you'll just be getting the kind of reflection of the same kind of person because you're still in the same energy, right? We enter into a dynamic, right? So this is like the dynamic that we're in with that old person, that old heartbreak, that old loss, whatever that is, and we're still kind of tethered to that. Maybe we're thinking on it or reflecting on it. Maybe we still text them every once in a while. Maybe we call for a booty call or whatever, and you're there. Even if you start looking around elsewhere for other people, but you're still kind of engaged sometimes with this person, you're going to be still in that dynamic. So you're going to be connecting more people on this level. But in truth, what you're worth and what you want is someone maybe on this level who's done their work, who's done a little bit more. Now, I do feel some like familial / generational cycles here. I do feel some toxicity here. I do feel like you both probably have a lot of shit still to work out when it comes to intimate relationships. Now, that's either just because you guys don't do well together, right? Tornado and a volcano, you guys just might not be right for each other, but this could also be that you guys still have some shit to work out for yourself. There was a lot of drama and dysfunction or chaos in your household or in love when you were a child. You still have some shit to work out, okay? So take a look at that stuff so you can clear that stuff and become aware of it so you can call in / connect with and really be able to work well with people who are really high quality, high caliber individuals, which is I know what you aspire to as well. But you gotta let it go. Whatever that connection is, whether it's just Netflix and chill, dating on occasion, if it's an old love or romance or ex you keep going back to, or if it's a heartbreak or if it's like the tail end of a relationship and you're wondering whether to go, the answer is you gotta go. Because here's the thing, things become so much more wide open and abundant for you when you go to singledom, when you actually become actually single, right? Actually. Yeah, what I mean by that is you're actually single, not like dabbling and doing and calling and texting and maybe talking to this person or that person, all this business and sometimes and maybe. It's like, well, that's not really clear. If you can get totally single, like on your own, disconnected from all these energetic cords and all these old dynamics and all these old people, these people that don't serve, people that kind of come in and out and kind of hang around and this and that and all this, let it all go. All right? Because ultimately what you're going to find is so much more beauty, so much more fulfillment, health, wholeness, love, you're going to find so much, like I just feel like, look at this ripe card, like so much more abundance. You feel juicy, you feel alive, you feel well, you feel healthy. You feel healthy. But the thing is, it's like you seek this and you kind of know it's available, but you kind of keep hanging on to these other things, even if it's like a straggler, even if it's only sometimes, but whatever. It's often enough you're still energetically tied to some of these things. But what you're going to find is when you walk away from that, things are going to feel so clean and so good and so ripe, and not just ripe like I feel good, but ripe for more abundance, ripe for a love connection that truly, truly deeply serves, a connection that's healthy, wholesome, fulfilling, and has all the goods and goodiness and that juiciness and stuff that you might want in a relationship, right? Fruit is juicy, it's delicious, it's sweet, it's tender, right? You're going to get all of that stuff from upcoming love and also on your own, but you have to untether yourself from all these old connections, but also the thoughts that kind of go back to the ex or to this connection or to the frustrations and all that stuff. And again, some of this is tying all the way back to childhood and some of the stuff that you saw with your parents or caregivers or authority figures. You might have some shit to clean and some stuff to sweep up. Take a look at that stuff, clear all that out, clear these people out, these old connections, these exes, these old texting, all this stuff. You're going to find that, you know, what was you and just you all along. Like, how beautiful, how glorious is it just to be in your own company and feel your own body and to recognize how beautiful life can be all on your own. Wow, card pile 3. I'm happy for you. Yeah, because I feel like you kind of hope for some of these connections to work out, or you wish that they would, or there's just like these old kind of false hopes that still linger, right? It's like wishing for something that isn't. This is the Sacred Fool card, and the energy is different in each of the readings based on how I'm reading it, but in this case it's like made you look, or psych, you know, or not it. You know, that kind of energy of like, you think so, but you're not, or it's not, or whatever. And, you know, you kind of, again, will consider it, or send that text, or answer that call, or think about that connection. And again, some of you are kind of at the tail end and trying to leave this connection. You're kind of wondering, oh, should I stick around? Or is this right? Do I walk away? Okay? Don't get caught up in those false hopes, the lies, the deception. Look, sometimes it looks pretty on the front. Sometimes, in momentary moments, for temporary seasons or whatever, just short periods of time, it looks good on paper, but when you actually look inside closed doors, it's ugly. The energy just is not good there. Look at the energy that we saw earlier. This isn't good for your soul. It's weary. Your soul is weary and tired. Not actually, right? Your soul is always perfectly, infinitely well. But if we want to kind of be metaphorical here, your soul is weary. It's tired. This isn't good for it. It takes from your life force energy. It actually physically takes from your life force energy. Some of you, again, are engaged in those dynamics that are not serving you. They're actually taking your life force energy, and you're getting tangled up in old generational cycles that you're saying you want to break, but it's requiring you to walk away. And again, you're thinking sometimes, oh, but what if, and oh, but maybe, and oh, but maybe it could work out, or oh, maybe they did this, and oh, look, they showed up differently this time, or oh, it could work out because we had a great night, or oh, it was great because that one booty call was really fantastic. No. Take a look at the snake. That's what's the truth of this situation, is that there's nothing good for you here. And it doesn't mean there's a judgment, or you did something wrong, or they did something wrong, or they're a bad person. It just means there's nothing good for you here anymore. There ain't nothing here for you anymore. And I know that's hard to hear sometimes. I'm not here. I think you guys know that. So as I say that, I'm not feeling like the shock or I'm aghast. Like sometimes I feel the energy of people getting really triggered by what I say. And so that's not the case for you, card pile 3, but because I feel like you already know, and you're like, man, I know. It's such a challenge. Like, it's so annoying. And you don't love it. You don't love it. You don't love that it's ugly and it's not good for you, because for a time maybe it did serve you, but it's not anymore. The truth is it's an ugly situation, right? So here's what's coming up is you got to see beyond the illusion, the falsity, the falsehood. It looks pretty, right? Everything might even look good on paper. You guys can share a good text or call or booty call or whatever sometimes, but at the end of the day, you don't do well together, and that's the God's honest truth. And you got to be radically honest with yourself and be really responsible here and make the choice that's best for you ultimately. The ultimate truth is this isn't your end all be all. This isn't end game for you. It doesn't align with your highest or your greatest health or the vision that you have for yourself that's breaking through these old generational cycles. And I think you know all this stuff. You do still have some work to do. Please look at those old dysfunctions and stuff in your own family so you can work through that. by work through that, I mean be aware of it, so you're not carrying that baggage into new relationships, and just recognizing where you too might have toxic cycles or behaviors or habits or patterns. That's important. But here's the truth, you got to see beyond the illusion, because when you do, the right people come in. The right person comes in, the right romance comes in. But I feel like it's not just romance, it's platonic too. The kind of people that serve you, that serve your highest, that reflect your highest potential, that would be loving and fulfilling, that would have a natural and easy flow and give and take and compassion and love for each other. You're just able to call in a much higher caliber of relationships, of even love connection, love interest, but just a community as a whole. You're able to call in the kind of people that can meet you, that are your equal, that are not these kind of same old story, reflections of the old cycle, patterning from, my family of origin, all that stuff. Because right now I feel like a lot of you, there's an upgrade due on all levels for all the people that surround you. Okay? So whether that's colleagues, friends, family, so on and so forth. Woo, my leg is asleep for serious. So this is what's going to come in after you clear this out. All right? Become actually single, and not texting, not calling, not doing, not this, not researching, Facebook business. You let that stuff go. You really find that yummy, juicy fulfillment of being solo and truly finding that. And you're going to find your soul tribe, your community, the people that you seek, the kind of people that should surround you. I'm even feeling like for some of you, you ultimately find a partner whose family you also really connect with, and you find you end up having a lot of fulfilling connections as a result. But for many of you, it's all the people in your life could or many at least could use an upgrade, and that's going to happen through this shift. So that's your reading card pile 3. I thank you so much for watching. If this resonated for you, I encourage you to share your comments your feedback in the comments. Do like and subscribe. I of course want to let you know again that I have Spirit Woman enrolling right now. It's a coaching community to nurture your true nature and your highest potential. And of course, I always have personal readings and other coaching programs to serve you. Thank you, card pile 3.